Welcome back, everybody. We're watching a legend who is still playing at the age of 43. Venus Williams taking on Stearns. Interesting matchup. Stearns, very dangerous player. But let's see how Venus looks. She hasn't played for a couple of years. Every so often, people ask, where is she? Is she still playing? Is she retired? No, she's still playing. I think she said she wants to play until 50, so she's going to keep playing as long as she wants to play. Sorry, she's 45, my bad. 45. So she's still kicking it. And, she'll take on Stearns, who is not an easy opponent at all. So, Venus won yesterday, so that's something. Yeah, she won doubles yesterday, so that was good. Crazy that she's still playing till now. Yeah, for sure. And she hit like a 190-kilometer serve yesterday in the doubles, so that's kind of insane. Fritz and Shelton are both top half of the draw, though. Are they? All right. Are they warming up? They will be, yeah. I don't know if they have to kick everyone out for the night session or what, but there's a little delay. It was supposed to start 10 minutes ago, but they put Shelton's match on beforehand, so yeah. But they're warming up. And then they'll kick off the final match of the first rounds. Who is the oldest WTA player tour ever? I don't know. No idea. So Venus is the oldest active player currently. No one over the age of 40 is playing currently except for Venus on the WTA singles tour. On the men's side of things, I think Stan's the only 40-year-old player playing. Yeah, so Stan is the only player 40 and over at the moment who is playing singles. Yeah, I don't know if Navratilova played until after 40. Look, I'm sure there's a lot of players back in the day that played long. I think Margaret Court might have played until like late 30s. So there's a lot of players that did play until later in their career, so she won't be the only one. But I don't know who. I don't know who has the record or what the record is. Yeah, Karlovic played until like early 40s. So it could be him. I don't know. I do not know the answer. Yeah, Navratilova was playing doubles in her 40s. Exactly. Also, Mickelson and Evans are playing at the moment as well. Surprised Venus isn't just playing doubles, but good on her for giving singles a crack. The wild card is win-win for her in the tournament. Yeah, exactly. It'll be a big ask for Venus to win. Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see how she does. You don't know how to take a week off? Well, yeah, look. How many more times are we going to watch Venus Williams play? That's why we're watching her now. Tomorrow, I don't know what we're going to watch, but we'll wait and see what happens. We might watch some stuff. I don't know. We're definitely going to be watching Osaka take on Raducanu. But, yeah, I mean, it just... Like I said, this week is sort of a light week because it just depends on what happens and stuff. We took last week off. Yeah, I mean, this week is like a half week. You know, it's nothing crazy. Hardcourt warm-up week. Yeah, the next week when we watch the tournaments in Canada, that'll be more serious for sure. Yeah, there's some good matches tomorrow. We'll see what we watch. With all the withdrawals, who's the favorite Canada? Probably Fritz. Or no, probably Zverev. Zverev would be the favorite, and then Fritz. Zverev because he's won bigger titles. But they'd be pretty close. Zverev and Fritz probably almost even favorites, maybe. I can't trust Zverev even with his partnership with Tony Nadal. I gotta be honest. I feel like we gotta be careful. Because what could have happened with Zverev is he could have just gone to the Rafa Academy and Tony Nadal was there, and he went out and went, "Hey, I'll come out and I'll come out and see what you've done, and then we can talk about it." It might have just been a one-off thing. Same with like Agassi and Rune, right? I don't think Agassi and Rune are coach and player. Like I think they might have just Agassi was there and he went, "Hey, I'll come watch you practice," and then he went and I'll give you some tips. It might have just been a one-off coaching lesson, right? So I don't know how serious. Like if Tony Nadal is watching Zverev this week in the box, that's a totally different thing. But if there's just like photos, like even though we talked about maybe Tony Nadal and Zverev were working together, it could also just have been he was at the academy and Tony Nadal said, "Let me watch you. Let me give you some tips." So there's a big difference between he's the new coach and that, and they're working together and he was just there. Same with Rune Agassi, it's like, well, yeah, it's great that Agassi was there, but it's also like, is he going to be there for Rune's next match or every other match? Like he might have just been, they're both there and they just met in the locker room and Rune might have been like, "Hey, can you come watch me practice and give me some tips?" And Agassi might have been like, "Yeah, I'll come help you." One time, We don't know. We're going to wait and see when these guys play and if they reappear. It would be good though if those guys did coach or coach them for a tournament or were there for the whole thing. It'd be interesting. Anyways, Venus is playing. Stearns wins the first point, love 15. As Venus serves a fault, second serve. Serve to the back and Stearns. 4 from Venus in the net. Love 30. Thanks for streaming this, no worries. It's rare that we have a living legend or an active legend like Venus still going, you know? She's still got the most Grand Slams of anyone on the women's side. Like, I know Swiatek's got 6, but Venus has got 7. So, you know, she is the best or the most Grand Slams of anybody still playing, even though like she hasn't won one for a while, but still. She's still the record holder among active players. Love 40 though. There's Venus serves a fault, second serve. And Stearns returns the back into Venus. Venus hits it out. Stearns breaks. First game, 1-love. I think the big thing we're going to see is the movement of Venus. That's going to be something to consider, because Stearns is going to make Venus run, or at least make Venus work for every point. Stearns doesn't give away that many errors. Pathetic turnout, is it though? I mean, it seems like it's pretty it seems pretty full. I don't think it's that bad. All right, Stearns breaks first game. As Venus hits a return winner. 15. Love 15. Love 15. As Venus hits that return long. 15-0. $15 with a serve into the back end of Venus. Venus in the net, 30-15. As with a serve. Another fault from Stearns, second serve. As a return goes in from Venus. And Stearns hits it out. 30-0. Chance to get this break straight back. $30. Wait a fault, second serve. And the return goes in the forehand of Stearns. Venus backhand. That's a great shot. Stearns sits in the net, 30-40. $30-40. Venus to get back on serve. Stearns hits the backhand to the forehand of Venus, but Venus hits it out. We get the deuce. As with a fault from Stearns, second serve. Advantage Venus to get back on serve. As Venus gets the break back, Stearns to the net. 1-1. 1-1. All right, 1-1. As Venus comes in with a forehand winner. Lovely movement there. 15 love. Great hitting from Venus. 15 love. That was a long rally as well. Venus had to do a lot of work in that rally. And the crowd are loving it. Venus serves again. Serve to the forehand Stearns. Venus forehand into the net. 15-all. Is Venus married? She's got a big old ring on her left hand. Is that marriage hand? I don't know. I mean, I would know. I mean, I'm married. Of course I know. 15-hole. Engaged. Oh, okay. Close enough. Serve into the backhand of Stearns. Stearns is out. 30-15. She's got a big ring on her finger. All right, nice serve. 40-15. The backhand into the forehand of Venus. Backhand of Stearns, the backhand of Venus. Venus in the net, 40-30. As Venus serves an ace. All right. She leads 2-1. 2-1. Venus leads. Who called double bagel? Only injury could inflict that on a Williams sister. Yeah, I don't know who would say double bagel against Venus. It's crazy. I can actually tell you. Doreen said it. Doreen said 6-love Stearns. So that's one person who did say it. Yeah. That's all I can see at the moment. But yeah, there you go. And then somebody said 6-2, 6-love Stearns. There you go. Because obviously, you can count. She's won 2 games. You think Stearns is going to win 11 games in a row? All right. Let's see what happens. As the return goes wide by Venus, 15-love. The return goes in the forehand of Stearns. Stearns hits it out. 15-all. And the return goes to the forehand of Stearns. Stearns hits a winner, 30-15. All the people that are saying that Venus wouldn't get a game are awfully quiet now. That's crazy. That is crazy. 40-15. Stearns serves again. To the backhand of Venus. Stearns the forehand to the backhand of Venus on the stretch. Stearns' forehand goes long and it's 40-30. 40-30. Stearns serves again. Fault. Second serve. As a return goes in the back of Stearns. Stearns hits it out. We get the deuce. We get to deuce. Let's be a fault. Second serve. As a return goes out by Venus. Advantage Stearns. As Venus hits in the net, it's 2-0. Two. I think Venus was very nervous to start, and then Stearns got nervous when she got an early lead. Yeah, maybe. And Venus serves an ace, 15 love. Venus got games. I thought she would lose 11-1. That's pretty good. Why are people thinking that she would lose so easily? It's so crazy. There's a bit of fault. Second serve. As the return goes out by Stearns, 30 love. Venus serves again. Into the backhand, Stearns in there, 40 love. 40 love. And Stearns returns in the form of Venus. Venus in the net, 40-15. $40-15. And Venus holds 3-2 in this first set. Does the person in the chat that wants to keep changing their prediction want to change it again? Is it 6-3 now? Or what are we doing? I've been watching Stearns. She makes a lot of unforced errors. She's more of a... It's weird because Stearns is like more of a clay... Like her best results have been on clay. Which you wouldn't expect from an American because Americans on clay don't really... is not the thing, but... But yeah. She is very similar to Sakkari. She's a very aggressive player, but then she can be too aggressive and hit a lot of errors. New prediction is 6-3, 6 love Stearns. You guys stop, bro. You just got to just take the L and move on. You underestimated Venus. Just admit it. It's fine. It's okay. A lot of people have. A lot of people did before this match started. All right. 3-2 Venus. Great use of the wildcard system. What do you mean? All right. $20 minutes in. 3-2. As the return goes in the forehand of Stearns. Stearns in the net, love 15. Winner of this match takes on Magdalena Frey tomorrow. Love 15. As a forehand from Venus goes into the forehand of Stearns. Stearns in the net, love 30. Love 30. Stearns hits a backhand long and it's love 40. Venus to get the break and lead. Love 40. Ooh. As Venus forehand to the forehand of Stearns. To the forehand of Venus who hits it in the net. 15-40. 15-40. As the return goes out by Venus, just 30-40. It's close. 30-40. We get a fault second serve. Serving the back into Venus. Return the forehand of Stearns, who hits it out. 4-2 Venus. 4-2. 4-2 Venus. All right. Four two. I meant 6-4, 6 love. All right, Venus with the break 4-2. First set. As Venus serves. Venus serves again. As Venus hits a lovely winner down the line. 15 love. Oh, they meant Venus. Oh, they were saying 6-2-6 love Williams. That makes more sense, I guess. Don't give them ideas, though. Because that person will come back and say, yeah, that's what I meant. I meant Venus was going to win. I was a typo. And then they're going to be right. We don't want that. All right, 15 love, 30 love with an ace. $30 love. As Venus serves again. As the return goes into the backhand of Venus on the stretch. Stearns backhand into the backhand of Venus. To the forehand of Stearns as Venus goes to the backhand of Stearns. And then Stearns wins the point, 30-15. $30-15. First serve is a fault, second serve. There's a return from Stearns. Goes in. Great shot down the line, 30-all. $30-all. As Venus serves again. A fault. A double fault. 30-40. Second serve. As return goes into the forehand of Venus. Oh, Venus hits a lovely winner into the corner. And we get to deuce. All right, deuce. Beautiful shot by Venus. She serves a fault, second serve. Serving the forehand of Stearns. As Venus hits a backhand into the backhand of Stearns. And then Venus hits a forehand wide. Advantage Stearns. Advantage Stearns as the return goes into the forehand of Venus. To the forehand of Stearns as Venus forehand inside out goes wide. We're back on serve. We're back on serve. 4-3. Four, 3. 4-3 Venus. All right. All right. Sticking with Venus here. Okay, cool. All right, 4-3. We're back on serve. Stearns serves a fault, second serve. And Hawkeye just making random noises. As the return goes back into Stearns. Venus backhand to the back into Stearns as Stearns hits it out. Love 15. Love 15 as Stearns serves a fault, second serve. Double fault. Love 30. As we return out, it goes out by Stearns. Love 40. Venus to take the break and serve for the set. And we get a fault, second serve. Serve in the back into Venus, backing up with Stearns in the net. There's the break, 5-3. Venus is going to serve for the set. Now it's 15 love. Venus serves again. As the backhand goes in the forehand of Stearns. As Venus hits a forehand winner. 30 love. $30 love. $30 love. Venus serves again. Into the forehand of Stearns. Venus backhand goes long. 30-15. All right, 30-15. As the return goes out by Stearns, 40-15. Venus has got 2 set points to take the first set. $40-15. Serve is a fault. Second serve. Serve to the forehand of Stearns. Return the net. Venus takes the first. 6-3. All right. Wow. 6-3. Venus Williams in 2025 takes the first set against Peyton Stearns. Great start. Let's see if Stearns can fight back. And it was not a good set by Stearns, to be fair. 2 winners, 18 errors. Venus hit 10 winners and 18 errors as well. But she hit a lot of good serves, Venus, and her serve was her best shot. But Venus takes the first 6-3. I have to make a major revision. Excuse me, you've changed your predictions too many times and you're pissing everyone off. So let's you're cut off from making predictions for the rest of the match, right? You're not allowed to do that. Sorry, you've already said 6 love, 6 love, 6-1, 6 love. Like you've made like 5 predictions. You're cut off, right? You've had enough. Stop predicting. All right, Darren.
Where are the people who said Venus destroyed?
They left it 2-all. Thank you for the donation. Take the L and move on. You've lost already. Exactly. You just gotta take that L and come back tomorrow and try again. I'm going to go so far that Stearns won't get a set. Ooh, okay. All right. Venus 6-3. All right, Stearns serving first in the second. First serve is a fault. Second serve. As with a forehand now into the forehand of Venus. Venus is a wide 15 love. $15 love. As the return goes into the forehand of Venus. Forehand now from Stearns in the nets. 15-0. All right, 30-15. As Venus hits a return out, 40-15. As Venus backhand is a winner, 40-30. As the return goes in the backhand of Venus, forehand from Stearns. The backhand of Venus, the Stearns backhand. In the backhand of Venus into the forehand of Stearns. Venus on the stretch gets it. Stearns with a drop shot, but Venus is there with backhand slice. Stearns volleys it in the net. We get the deuce. Good hustle by Venus. We get the deuce. The crowd love it. We get the deuce. All right, deuce. All right, first serve is a fault, second serve. And the return winner by Venus. Advantage Venus to take the break in the second. And Venus breaks. Stearns hits it out. All right. Venus in control. All right. Venus with a set and a break. All right. Setting a break. Stearns wins the point, love 15. By the way, Chad, I'm trying to think if I go to the thrift today or not. Do I dare venture to the thrift? Do I dare leave my house? 15-0! Do I dare go to the... What the hell? Hello? What was that about? Oh, I knocked the thing. No. 15-0. Don't go, stay home. I do that all the time. 15-0. Draper said you're not playing. I just knocked my keyboard, which ruined the stream. 15-0. As the return goes in the forehand of Venus, forehand from Stearns to the backhand of Venus on the stretch. Goes long, 15-30. I'm currently thrifting Paloma Picasso sunglasses. Wait, what the hell are they? They sound amazing. What are the... Can I... What? Nice. They look cool. So that's the kind of shit that you would buy at the thrift. I have an engagement party coming up. I'm thinking of going to the thrift and buying a suit. For fun. And then rocking up in a thrifted suit from 1960. 30-0. 30-0. A plaid suit, maybe. Who knows? Maybe velvet. Maybe a velvet suit. Maybe from the 70s or the 80s, I don't know. You just never know what you're going to find at the thrift. Nah, 30-0. As Venus hits in the net and it's 30-40. Why would I wear a Scottish kilt for a wedding? I'm not Scottish. 30-40. As Venus says a fault, second serve. And as the return goes the forehand of Stearns. Forehand now from Venus, the forehand of Stearns. As Venus forehand. Again, the forehand of Stearns. Venus again to the Stearns forehand. And Venus goes down the line. Stearns with the backhand. Inside out winner. We're back on serve. 1-1. 1-1. Um, all right. 1-1 in the second. As a backhand down the line from Stearns, too good. 15 love. I think I might go to the thrift at some point today. Straight after this match, I'll go. So, what's the time? 11 a.m. Perfect time. I'll go down to the thrift, see what's up, see what treasures I can find. Uh, 15 love as Venus hits a wide. 30 love. Velvet won't facilitate comfortable dancing, Cam. Well, I'm not going to be dancing at this engagement party. I don't plan on dancing at the engagement party. 40 love. Second serve. As a return goes in the form of Stearns. Backing out from Venus goes wide. And Stearns leads 2-1 in the second. It's crazy here. It's night and Cam is starting his day. Yeah. I'm from literally in the future. Velvet Aubergine. What the hell's what the hell's that? Oh, yeah, that would be sick. I'd take just a coat of that. That'd be kind of crazy. I'd take a coat of like that in like purple or navy, yeah. I'd just take the blazer. And then I'd wear like whatever else. Everything sticks to velvet, don't do it. That's the point. You'll look like Prince. That'd be sick. Like a velvet Prince blazer. That'd be sick. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do today. I'll go suit shopping at the thrift. I also need to find a clock. Because I just want to get one. An old one. Big old one. Oh, I see it, Dutchie. Prince would be all one piece, not separates unless. Well, look, I'm not Prince and I can't afford to do that. All right. 2-1 Stearns in the second. First serve is a fault, second serve. As she double faults, love 15. Need to rewatch the Prince Super Bowl performance. Oh, I rewatched it like a couple of weeks ago. So good, crazy. Love 15. All right, first serve is a fault. Second serve. As the return goes to the backhand of Venus, 4 from Stearns. And then Venus in the net, love 30. Love 30. As the return goes in the form of Venus. Venus in the net, love 40. Stearns to take the break in the second and lead. All right, love 40. We have fault, second serve. Serving to the forehand of Stearns. Return as a winner, and there it is, 3-1. Stearns with the break in the second. 3-1. All right, Stearns with the break, 3-1. As Venus with a forehand inside out to the backhand of Stearns. Stearns in the net, love 15. I'll be heading into a 2-hour training meeting in 14 minutes, so won't stay long. Ugh. Yuck. Sounds horrible. Anyways, great volley, Venus, love 30. Love 30. 2 hours of diabolical. Yeah, I was never a fan of going to a meeting. Because usually the meetings end up being, they could have just written it in an email. Instead, we just sat around for an hour while I heard someone talk about nothing. So you could have written this in an email. I had work to do. As that goes out by Venus, 15-30. $15.30. What's your pleasure? You look like a beer guy. Lol. Okay, random person in the chat. Why do I look like a beer guy? 15:30. As the return goes to forehand of Stearns. Forehand from Venus. Into the backhand of Stearns. She can't get it. Venus gets 2 break points. 15:40. I was in one of those. I have one of those tomorrow. Mandatory scheduled 3 hours. Oh, ew. That's so gross. $15.40. No worries. Prairie, thank you for joining. Beer guy is a compliment. Oh, thank you. I don't know what that means, though. 15:40. As the return goes to the forehand of Stearns. Stearns in the net. Venus breaks back. 3-2 in the second. We're back on serve. 3-2 Stearns. Oh, Manly. Okay, cool. Thank you. So what's your pleasure? You look like a beer guy. So, okay. I don't know what the question is. What's the question? Better than a fruity drink guy? I can't stand craft drinks. Shit me. I can't do them. I hate them. They're disgusting. What do I drink? I don't drink anything. I casually drink very rarely. Wine, beer, or cocktails. It depends on where I am and how I feel. Depends the situation and what's cheap. If it's happy hour, get the expensive drinks for half price. Let's go. If I'm at a wedding, it's whatever's on the tab, because it's usually free. Like, I'll have different drinks when I do drink. I'll have different drinks if I'm at a Mexican restaurant than I am at a pub. Because if I'm at a pub, I'm eating different food, and I'm not going to have... I'll have tequila sunrises when I'm eating a burrito, but when I go to, have a steak, I'm not going to have a tequila sunrise with a steak. I'll have a beer or a wine or whatever, you know? Or if I'm having burgers on a hot day, I might have I don't even know what's in there. Are they vodka lemonade? There's vodka in them, I think. These drinks, drinks from Japan that are they taste like just soda. So yeah, it just depends. Anyways, 3-2. But I don't leave the house, so 15 love. Cam is a man of many drinks. Proper answer. Yeah, I mean that. Some people call it binge drinking. I just call it selective drinking. You drink in situational drinking. 15 love. Is it a backhand rally? Forehand goes into the forehand of Venus, and Venus hits it out. 15-all. Me and Cam were just at the pub last week. Last time I went to the pub, I won $50, I think, at the slot machine. So the beer tasted better that day. 15-all. Venus serves an ace down the tee. Have I ever done a keg stand? No. We don't do keg stands. We do beer bongs. But again, no, I haven't done a beer bong since I was a kid. Since I was reckless. Anyways, not a kid. Since I was 20. 40-15. So 5 years ago. 40-15. As the return goes in the net from Stearns, and Venus holds. 3-3. What's the one alcohol you can't drink? Probably vodka. I can have vodka lemonade if depends on the Probably vodka. It's been some tough times. Luckily, in the last 4 or 5 years, I haven't last 3 to 5 years I don't drink that much. But there was a time where vodka was definitely off the table. That was off the... And tequila. I'm not a... tequila on its own. Nah. Yeah, vodka's good with the right mix. Yeah, I guess. But anyways, left 15. Cam's been drinking vodka on stream for years. This is... No, I haven't. This is water. Don't... Come on now. Let's not pretend like that's real. Love 15 is turns in the net. Love 30. Love 30. How about whiskey or bourbon? I haven't had... You know what I haven't had for a long time? Captain Morgan rum. Maybe I got to buy some rum. Mix it with some soda. Cam doesn't seem like a drinker. The best drinkers never do. Oh, okay. Interesting. Anyways, love 30. I'm Australian. We're all drinkers. Double fault. Love 40. Love 40. I was at a sports club 9 hours yesterday to get out of the house. Won 150 on 50-cent spin machine, $99 on a dollar machine, and a few $35 wins up and down. So it wasn't big, but walked out with $100. What a great day. Gotcha, that's great. 1540. That's a win. You walked out with $100 up. That's a win. If you leave with any money, it's a win. All right. Backhand from Stearns goes in the net, and there's the break for Venus. 4-3. In the second. She leads the break now. All right. Venus with the break. All right. Is Stearns even trying? Yeah, Venus is just better. Venus wins the US Open, mark my words. I was waiting for somebody to say that. Okay. Stearns seems starstruck. Yeah, it seems a little bit like that for sure. Venus was 10-1. Yeah. All right. Venus, 2 games away from recording a very impressive victory. 4-3. As Venus serves a fault. Second serve. She serves again. And Stearns hits a return wide. 15 love. What made her come back? Just looking for me to watch her and win at 50. Yeah. I think that's what Venus is here to do. I mean, she obviously still wants to play. And I think it's just probably to be an inspiration. Not that she's not already. She already was, and already is. But probably just to kind of show everyone what's possible, right? 15 love. Or at least show, defy the odds. Is it a backhander from Venus in the backhand of Stearns? And Venus backhand again at the backhand of Stearns. Stearns in the net, 30 love. Yeah, Venus never retired. I know people think that she did. She never retired. She was never officially, I finished tennis, this is over. This is not a comeback, right? This is just a comeback from her injury. This is not I'm out of retirement, I'm playing again. She was always on the list. She was always active. She just wasn't playing. As Venus serves an ace down the tee, 40 love. And I'm glad that nobody in the chat has said anything about she doesn't deserve wildcards and shit, because we all know that's bullshit. If anybody deserves a wild card, it's Venus Williams. It's so stupid to even think that she's not worthy. It's what are you talking about? She's won 7 Grand Slams. She's still one of the most well-known players of all time. Wild cards are given to players exactly in this situation who are going to bring eyeballs to the tennis, people are going to watch, interested to see, people who know who they are, right? So this is what a wild card is supposed to. Who's supposed to receive them is Venus Williams is supposed to receive wild cards. This is exactly what it's for this exact situation. And if she wants to play, I feel like she's earned that. She's earned that from having an amazing career. That she's earned the right to go, I'm going to play now, and everyone's going to go, yeah, you can play. No one's going to deny her of a wild card. If they did, they'd be crazy, right? And so I know people get shitty and go, oh, that's not fair. Well, too bad. Get over it. It is fair because Venus has done so much for the sport that she can walk up to any tournament and say, I'm playing. Give me one wild card. And they're going to say, of course. Of course they are. She is worthy of that. 1,000,000%. And the tournaments would be stupid not to give her one because it's Venus Williams. Come on now. 15 love. She can do what she wants. Exactly. And no one should be complaining about that because there's only a few people on the planet that could walk into tournaments and say, I want to play. She's one of them, right? There's other players that you have to deliberate and go, is it worth giving them a wild card? But with Venus, it's it's a no-brainer. If she wants to play, she plays, all right? She picks and chooses. She gets that right for what she's done. 15 all. One of the most influential female athletes of all time. Exactly. She's a legend. Exactly. And if she wins this match, the wild card is valid. 15. The wild card, this is the greatest. The fact that Washington was able to get. It's more that Washington are lucky to get Venus, right? Venus could have played Cincinnati or not even played here and gone somewhere. The fact that Washington were able to get Venus to play, and then she's about to win, which is going to be a huge story for the tournament and for the tennis world. It's crazy. They're lucky to have her. Is it a backhand from Venus? Stearns with a volley. That's too good. 30 all. Most people who say that she shouldn't have gotten a wild card never mention the player who should have got it instead. They don't really care about promising juniors. They just want to badmouth Venus. Yeah, that's probably part of it. Yeah. You're right. Give it to someone who, promising junior. It's okay, well, who then? Who gets it then? Who do you give it to? But also, it's the promising junior is not going to get... It's not going to... people are not going to care as much about somebody who... A 16-year-old American than they are about Venus Williams. Venus Williams, you know, a promising junior is great, but also, you know, like Venus, no. Wild cards aren't just given to players to give them a chance. It's also part of the promotion. Match point Venus to take a straight sets win as she hits a backhand return long, and it's deuce. We get to deuce. As Stearns serves. Into the backhand of Venus. Forehand from Stearns. Into the forehand of Venus down the line. The backhand of Stearns. Stearns in the net. Match point number 2. Venus to take her spot in the second round. I don't know who the oldest player to win a WTA match is, but Venus has got to be in the top 3. I'm sure we'll find out after this if she does win this next point. Match point number 2. Stearns serves. A fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Venus. Return goes back in Stearns. Venus backhand. Into the backhand of Stearns. Again, the backhand of Venus. A Stearns forehand. Goes the forehand of Venus. To the backhand of Stearns. It's Venus backhand again. Stearns gets it and hits a winner. We get the deuce. Oh man, I didn't sneeze mid-point, luckily. All right, deuce. All right, deuce. Thank you, chat. As Venus returns in the forehand of Stearns. Stearns hits a winner. Advantage. Stearns. Martina was 47. What, when she won a singles match? All right, back to deuce. We get a fault, second serve. As we get a forehand under the backhand of Venus. Venus in the net, advantage Stearns. So apparently, I'm looking here at the list. So Martina Navratilova was 47 years old when she became the oldest player to win a professional tennis match in the Open era in the 2004 Wimbledon. And then second oldest is Kimiko Date, who was 42. So she'll be the second oldest if she can win this match. Second oldest. She's actually already the third oldest. As Venus hits a winner in the deuce. So she'll become the second oldest player of all time on the women's side to win, in the Open era to win a match. But she did win at 42 years old in Auckland of 2023. She became the third oldest by beating Volley Nets in Auckland. So she'll become the second oldest if she wins this one. And then she's still got a couple more years until she can beat Martina's record. But Date, my bad. So she'll be the second oldest if she can win 2 more points. As it a forehand from Venus, that's in the net. Advantage Stearns. She's still a couple of years away from beating Venus. Beating Martina. But Stearns serves a fault, second serve. Advantage Stearns. Two double faults, back to deuce. Stearns serves again. It's a fault, second serve. As the backhand return goes to the front of Stearns. Venus backhand on the stretch. To the backhand of Stearns as Venus gets another match point. Stearns hit it out. Match point number 3 for Venus Williams to take the win and become the second oldest player in the Open era to win a main draw match. Advantage Venus. As the return goes in the forehand of Stearns. Venus with a slice on the stretch. Stearns. Forehand again. The backhand of Venus who hits a passing shot in the net. Oh, that would have been a winner. And Venus is laughing because that would have been one of the greatest finishes to a match she's had. All right. We get to deuce. All right, first serve was a fault, second serve. Second serve ace from Stearns. And it's advantage Stearns. Advantage Stearns. Am I related to Venus? Not that I know of. Serve. Into the backhand of Venus. Return goes to the backhand of Stearns. Venus forehand on the stretch. Into the forehand of Stearns on the stretch. And Stearns hits it out. Back to deuce. Back to deuce. Back to deuce. So we get a fault, second serve. As the return's a winner by Venus. Match point number 4. For Venus Williams to take the win. And she'll take on the number 6 seed, I think it is, the next round. That'll be tomorrow. All right, advantage Venus. Serving the back of Venus, return goes to forehand of Stearns. And Stearns hits a winner. Back to deuce. Just having a look here. So Martina did win. She is the oldest player to ever win a singles match in a main draw of the Open era. 47. But she lost in the second round. So if Venus does win this match and the next one, she might be the oldest player to win consecutive main draw matches. We'll have to wait and see. But if she does win this one and the next one, she could be the oldest player in the Open era to win back-to-back or two matches in a row on the WTA. As we find our winner there from Stearns. Advantage Stearns. Again, she's still got to win this one and the next one, but because Martina won the first round, but then she lost the second round. All right, 5-3, and Stearns serves again. Venus returns back into Stearns. To the front of Venus. Venus hits it out. Stearns holds, saves 4 match points, and Venus will serve for the match. All right. Five for Venus. By the way, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We'll probably watch Venus's next match as well. I think it's tomorrow, right? Maybe. Let me have a look. No, she's playing doubles tomorrow. So Venus is not playing tomorrow. So yeah. So in a couple of days. But again, it depends on schedule and also... Look, I tell you this. Venus, if she does win this match now, on Thursday night, Osaka Raducanu and then Venus Williams afterwards is a crazy session. Like that is a crazy, and they won't do. They'll probably do it. They'll probably put Osaka Raducanu on during the afternoon anyway. They won't put her like at the nighttime because there's men's matches as well, so they got to juggle that. And there's a lot of American men that they could chuck on, like Shelton and Tiafoe and Fritz. But they'll definitely give Venus the night. She'll definitely get the night session in a couple nights. I'm sure they will. Osaka Raducanu, because of the British audience, they'll put on during the day because if they put a night session, everyone goes to bed. So they're going to put... I'd be shocked if Osaka and Raducanu played Thursday night over Venus because the time zones and the broadcast and all that stuff. But... I mean, Thursday's going to be kind of crazy. It's a kind of a crazy lineup. And then, like on the men's side, Shelton Diallo, that'll be Thursday. Probably Thursday night. Possibly Fritz Sonigo. Maybe Tiafoe Caboli. Maybe, some other, I don't know who else, but there's a lot of American, if they do win, there's a lot of Americans that could take the day. Love 15. As Venus serves for the match. She's had 4 match points. Second serve is a double fault. Love 30. Love 30. As the return goes in the back end of Venus. Great shot. Stearns in the net with a slice. 15-30. $15.30. As Stearns hits it out on the return, 30-all. Venus 2 points away. 30-all. As Venus serves the front of Stearns. Turn goes out. All right, Venus has got another match point. This is on her serve. I'll tell you, a signature ace to finish would be classic. If she just finishes with an ace in style, that would be it. Match point number 5. First one on her serve. Just do the ace and then do the twirl. Ace, win the match, twirl, second round. 40-30. Venus serves. No, she doesn't. Someone in the crowd making noise. I don't know what's bigger, the ball or her ring on her finger. That ring is huge. 40-30. Nope. She just can't get the ball toss right. She knows she wants to serve an ace. We know she wants to... We want her to serve an ace. She serves a fault. Okay. Second serve ace. Second serve. Double fault. Okay, well that's, she can still serve an ace on the next match point, maybe. Deuce. As Venus serves again. She serves a let. Venus serves again. Into the corner Stearns. Return goes to the corner Venus, who hits it in the net. Advantage Stearns to get back on serve. Advantage Stearns. As Venus serves again. Into the forehand Stearns. Return goes in the forehand Venus. Stearns forehand into the net. And Venus gets back to deuce. She's had 5 match points. All right, deuce. Venus serves again. Serve again. Into the backhand of Stearns. Return the net. Match point number 6 for Venus. To take her win. Become the oldest player in the Open era on the women's side. To win a match in the main draw. Serve. No. Serve into the back of the Stearns. Stearns hits it in the net. There it is. Venus wins. Straight sets against someone almost half her age. Nice professional handshake. Venus gets it done. 45 years old. She becomes the second oldest female player in the Open era to win a match in singles. She's only behind Navratilova, who did it at Wimbledon 2004 at 47 years old. And now she'll play in a couple of nights' time and she'll take on Frey, the 6th seed, I think. I think it's a sixth seed. There you go, GG's. It took her a couple of match points, but she got there in the end. She got there, and that's all that matters. The crowd went wild. They were going crazy from the first point. All right. And she did the twirl. She did the twirl. The signature twirl. That's not easy at 45. Good for Venus. Oh, yeah. Awesome for Venus. I didn't see that coming, I must admit. Hey. Venus defying the odds. Where are all those score predictors now? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They disappeared. They were gone after the first couple of games. They all ran away. Frey's in a 5th set. Oh, it's the 5th seed, sorry. Oh, 5th seed, my bad. Yeah, Venus will like her chances, I'm sure. Queen of the night for Venus. I mean, she was great. Great win for Venus Williams. Venus was serving like she had a rocket launcher in her arm. Yeah. Happy thrifting? No worries. Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to go do that after this. Venus coming back on tour is amazing for tennis. Oh yeah, for sure. Thanks, Cam, for doing this match. No worries. First win since 2023. Yeah. Yep. Venus just went up 9,300 spots in the live rankings. Venus just went up. I thought she was unranked. I thought she was 0 ranking, so I don't know how they could calculate that. The Osaka Raducanu game is in a couple of days. It's in a few days' time. Now, I don't think Venus had any points because she didn't even have a protected ranking, so she had 0 points. Yeah, 9,000 spots is wild. The Rockies are winning. Let's go. Let's go. How much are we winning easily, or what's up? What do you mean? We haven't. Are we playing? Six nothing in the 4. Oh, really? Oh, nice. 6-0. Let's go. Let's go. No worries, Deja. They just scored 6-1. Oh, God. Oh, God. Please. They can't lose. Please, they can't lose. We lost yesterday. Come on. We can't lose. She is engaged. Talking about her engagement. Nice. Feel like the crowd was a big factor? Oh, the crowd was definitely rooting for Venus. Which would have been weird for Stearns because she's playing at home, right? Nice game of tennis after a week off. Yeah, it's been a good couple of matches. And then tomorrow, I don't know what we're doing tomorrow. We'll see if there's anything worth doing, and then Thursday's a big day, but it just depends on the schedule because my power goes off for a little bit, so so we'll see. It was actually a very good game. Oh yeah, from Venus was great. Stearns definitely some nerves and troubles on her side, but thanks for this match. I really love Venus. She's amazing. So amazing. She's winning. Oh yeah, for sure. Stearns was starstruck. Yeah, you got to think there was probably a little bit of that. She did seem a little bit off. Like she wasn't as shouty. Maybe there was a lot of respect there too, right? Maybe she was like, maybe she showed too much respect, and was a little bit scared to she barely shouted or Stearns is very animated, and she wasn't very animated tonight. So maybe she was maybe she was too respectful, which is it is what it is. Imagine being one of the players battling in the trenches at the ITF, and then Venus just clears you in one match. Well, that's just Venus is just. Venus has earned that right to be able to get these chances, though. She's done so much for the game. Can't your power go off before the matches start? No, because people don't work on the power in the middle of the night. They have to do it during the day. Venus is a great service game. Maybe she can help Coco improve her game. Maybe. Venus would have won more slams. Only for other grades, especially Serena. Well, yeah, Serena definitely stopped her from winning as many slams as she could. Definitely, Serena was definitely part of that. But yeah. Cool. So tomorrow, the schedule is the night session tomorrow is kind of interesting. On court 2, a lot of Americans playing tomorrow. So we'll see what we watch. If we watch anything or one thing or nothing, we'll see. Yeah, the Raducanu and Bocco matches tomorrow night. That could be something we might watch. And then, Thursday is the big day. That's the one where we get a lot of good things going on Thursday. Just got to see if see what we can watch. Do you think she's winning in the next round? I don't know. Maybe. All right. I'm out of here. But we'll be back tomorrow, maybe. But we'll wait and see. We'll see what happens. See what the matches do. But Venus wins. She defies the odds. 6-3, 6-4. And she wins at the first match in a couple of years, but second oldest player in the Open era to do that. And she'll be playing the second round in a couple of days. We'll probably schedule her in and we'll try and watch her again. But yeah, straight sets win Venus. She still got it.